What up, guys? Welcome back to Base Damage. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video on the SAO Animation 10th Anniversary set. I had tried to make a video a while back because I was like, oh, there's some cards on the anniversary set that we're getting on the JP ban list. I wonder why they're broken. And I made a video going over that and everything. And then my buddy James pointed out to me, he was like, yeah, bro, you know we're not getting this, right? After I'd already recorded and uploaded and everything, I was like, oh, wait, what? And I found out we're getting the animation anniversary set. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had to wait for this to come out. So once again, thank you for the heads up on that, James. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, I made an oopsie. So not the first time on the channel. Definitely not going to be the last. But I have noticed on the Weiss Tea Time site, go check them out most definitely, that they have all of the translations and everything for the JP side. This is the set, to my knowledge, this is the set we should be getting when it comes out in English. So I wanted to go over that, just kind of showcasing the double rares for the most part, just to kind of get an idea of what we're looking at with some of the effects. And then just kind of like skim over some of the other stuff. I might not go into super detail about like everything else, like rares and whatnot, but I at least want to see, one, the art, two, like I said, the double rares, and just kind of get an overall view of what we're kind of in store for. So also, like, some of this art's pretty cool. So far it just looks like, typical, like, zoom out a little bit and reuse the same art, but we'll see how it goes. So I don't know if any of these are reprints. I did glance over it a little bit earlier, and at least in yellow, I saw like this Asana's Commanding Strength. It shares the same name as a 3/2 Asana from like one of the first volumes. Like, so it shares the name and whatnot. So I don't know if it's just like, but it's not the same reprints. Like, for example, just as like just showing. For this has an anniversary, like a lot of the cards in here are going to be anniversary trait effects. Like this one, for each of your anniversary characters, this gets plus 1,000 power. But the Asana's Commanding Strength from like I think it's like volume 2 or something, I think, is like a level 3. So I was like, wait a minute, I know this. I think it's the same. I'm fairly certain. I mean, it has like same name as 3/2 Asana right there. I just think it's from volume 2. I can't remember the exact thing. So it looks like they even reprinted a couple cards but changed up the like effects for them, which is kind of cool. Like, I'm curious as to what all they're going to do with it. If they let it, as long as they don't like 100% trait lock it, which even off of like these first two cards, they don't trait lock it to the anniversary stuff, which was my main complaint from looking at the other anniversary set that JP has, that from the other video that no longer exists. So let's just get right into it. So the 0/0 Argo is you can play events without meeting color requirement as a continuous effect. That's really cool. When a climax is placed into your climax area, choose one of your characters. It gets 1,000 power. And then on top of all of that, Brainstorm. Pay 1, rest this, mill 4 for each climax, salvage a character. This is probably going to have a neat price tag. I'm very curious as to how much this is going to be. I definitely like this. It's level 0, salvaging Brainstormer. You only have to tap itself. The playing events without meeting color requirement could do some very interesting stuff, especially because I know like SAO has a couple neat little events, and one of them being from the Ordinal Scale set. It was like some kind of like backup event that was like prevented damage or gave like negative soul or something. So being able to splash something like that and you don't have to worry about the color requirement would be kind of cool. I just am curious to see how well it goes off. If nothing else, for this 2 other effects, I could definitely see this having a price tag. The next one is a level 0 1500 Alice. During your turn, this gets 1,000 power, so it'll be 25. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can put the top card of your clock into your stock. If you do, search your deck for up to one level 1 or lower character, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. This is also probably going to have a neat price tag, because this is just any of your level 1 engines, just grab it, just straight up. But once again, it's not anniversary locked. I'm already liking this. Now, the next one is does have an anniversary effect. You can still use it without, like, the other effects still work without the anniversary thing. So it's a 3/2 Asana 9K. If you have 4 or more anniversary characters, this gets minus the level in your hand. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card and heal the top card of your clock to your stock. Early play healers, especially the stock, is always really good. During this card's battle, when the damage you take is canceled, you may return this to your hand. So she can potentially, heal multiple times. She's still a stock healer, and can bounce back even if you don't have the anniversary trait. That was like I said, that was my biggest complaint with so many of the cards. You couldn't do anything unless it was anniversary trait. It wouldn't function unless you solely invested into that set. I'm glad that even at first glance, I haven't looked at the rest of the set, outside of, like I said, a couple cards. But at least at first glance, this can be splashed into any SAO deck. That's really good. And even this is like, you can still use it even if you don't use the anniversary, but once again, there are going to be good cards in this set, I'm fairly certain. So I like, hey, we still have good cards even if you don't want to just invest in, like, this one set for the anniversary trait. Let's see. The next is okay, so now we're getting into the rares. This one looks like it combos with a Kirito. Giving a Kirito hexproof. That's cool. I'm just gonna kind of skim through the rares, just because. Mostly because I also want to, like, this is also art from Progressive. I noticed that when I skimmed through a little bit, they do have cards from the Progressive movie. It was a movie, right? Yeah. So being able to see that as well as, even if it's like callbacks to older cards like this, should be kind of interesting. This is a level 1 Brainstormer with Alice Brainstormer. It's cool. But they're also keeping all of the Fluctolite, Avatar Weapon, Avatar Net. So you can still, like, use a lot of the, like, especially, like, the first double rares. Like, you can use that in any deck that works with just Avatar Net, because this still has Avatar. This has Fluctolite Integrity Knight, so you can still use that with the Alicization cards. So I'm just going to skim through. I think there was another... Yeah, okay. This combos with the Mother's Rosario, so that's cool. If you have Mother's Rosario, you can pay 3, pitch 2. When this card's damage is canceled, mill 11. Deal 2 damage to your opponent equal to the number of times you milled climaxes. This is actually really cool. Okay, so you have to pay on attack. You can't. It doesn't matter if It's not like you have to wait until the damage is canceled and then pay. I would have preferred that, but then it'll probably get too broken at that point. Also heal on play. Okay. There might still be some really interesting cards at the end of this video. I'll probably just, like, skim over to see if there's any, like, really powerful cards I feel, should be mentioned. Oh, look at that art. Please don't demonetize. Haha, we're not monetized anyway. Joke's on you, YouTube. The art for this is really cool. This is an SP? Or, like, one of the higher rarity things. An event with that. That's actually really cool. So, oh, this is, like, art that's been floating around for a hot minute. So, I mean, that's really cool to have that as, like, the choice trigger. All right, so now into the green, we have a 0/0 Leafa. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one card in your hand. You may send it to stock. So, when this when this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard one card. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. Choose a level X or lower character in your waiting room. Add it to your hand. X is equal to the level of the revealed card. That's actually really cool. And once again, like I said, it has Avatar. You can use this in any of the other decks. This Yuki looks so cute too. I really like this. It's a level 1/0 5K. When this attacks, if you have Mother's Rosario in your climax area and you have 3 or more other anniversary characters, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one anniversary character or a 2/1 green event. We'll check that out most definitely. Choose show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then this turn, this gets plus 1,000 power. If you use the Mother's Rosario, unless they I'm curious if they reprinted it. We'll go back. We'll scroll. I want to see if they reprinted Mother's Rosario and what art they put up there. That's definitely a reprint. Leafa's Pure Wish. Sorry, I just saw that and I was like, wait a minute. That art was reused. That's cool though. So they're using like the progressive art as well, so it's cool to bring those in. See, it would have been more. I feel it would have been cooler if we got just like a straight up set for progressive. Oh, okay. This is the event. Oh, also, yeah. This is Mother's Rosario. So they gave a new Mother's Rosario thing that isn't the gold bar, so you can run this if you want. The event is. Choose a Mother's Rosario in your waiting room, add it to your hand. So you just straight add this or the gold bar back. That's really cool. Then choose one of your characters. This turn it gets 2,000 power. So, So the translation for this is salvage a character with a soul icon, then give 2 characters plus 1 soul for the turn. Okay. So that's actually really cool. If you can add back any of the Mother's Rosarios, that would be really cool. I'm not going to assume for this, even though I've done that before in the past. Then the last double rare is a 3/2 Mito, which is, she's from the progressive. When this is, it's a 3/2 9/5. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have another character with Asuna in its name, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. Now, I wonder if this is going to have the stipulation of for anyone who's heard me bitch before in the past about there's Asunas that because Asuna used her real name in the SAO game, she spelled it differently with there's the difference between the hiragana and katakana. I think that was the differences. I could be incorrect on which one it is. But because it uses different symbols to still spell the same thing, it translates to Asuna no matter what, but it's written a different way. So there's certain cards that don't work with certain Asunas because of that. So I wonder if this is just any Asuna or if it has to specify. I can't tell because I can't read moon runes. And then a climax combo with an experience. At the end of this card's attack, if you have the bar, which we'll go back and check that, and you have another copy of this Mito in your level zone, you can pay 2 and discard an anniversary or progressive character. If you do, choose one of your other 3/2 Asunas. 3/2 the card number 7 or the card 70 number 7/8. And this card, swap them, and this turn they get plus 1 soul. So you need to do that before. Okay, let's double check and see which Asuna that was. It says 7. It's this one. So this specifically combos with that Mito. And this specifically buffs that Mito. During your turn, all of your other Mito get 1,000 power. That specific 3/2 get 1,000 power, and the continuous, when during this card's battle, your opponent cannot use backup. That's nice. That Kirito has been brought up twice now. If it gets brought up anymore, I guess we just go ahead and check it. 78. Apologies for anyone trying to follow along as I do that. It's a rare? When a climax is placed in your climax area, choose one of your characters. Oh, so if you have this in like the back row, you can swap. And then that Mito gives him an additional soul. So he can attack as if he were like, you know, a level 3 kind of thing. It's kind of like a faux switch combo thing. If you don't rest him, you could do that. Okay. Kind of interesting. Let me just make certain I'm reading this correctly one more time. Choose one of your other Asuna or the Kirito and swap them. And this card and swap them. Okay. Like I said, it's doing the whole switch thing. It doesn't state that the Asuna has to be in back row. Or it has to be in center stage. So instead, if you put that Asuna on the back row and then swapped them, you could get off like 4 attacks type thing. That's cool. It's just you had to like pay so much. You had to have another copy of this in your level. I don't like experience effects. I'm sorry. All right, let's go and kind of scroll through. Misumi, is this Mito's human version? I haven't watched Progressive, so I don't know. Undefeated Super Swordsman. That is definitely once again, they're taking the same name. I need to look into this. If anyone wants to just comment it in the comment section, please do. Do you have to go based off of like card number, or do you have to go based off of name for deck construction? I'm going to look into it right after this. In fact, I might just go ahead and pause and take a check real quick. Let's do that. So pause and give me just a moment. Okay, I specifically looked up on the English Weiss site. It can only be 4 copies of a card with the same name. So I thought for a second it might have been based off of the code for some reason, because I know there's exceptions with say like the Excalibur from Fate, because they both count as like Excalibur and Excalibur Morgan. They both, because of the kanji, both say the Sword of Promise Victory. You can run both of them, but it's kind of weird. It says only 4 copies of a card with the same name are allowed, even if the illustrations are different. And apparently that's the same thing with like this. I know there was the whole issue, obviously, with like Batman Ninja, and they had to make a ban list because of Batman Ninja and Gorilla Grodd. So these have different arts, but they have the same name. And it's in deck construction, not like the same name while they're on field or something. So we have to go based off of this then. So I'm going to go based off of this for the rest of this video. But that means you can't run the other Asuna's commanding strength or this Yuki with the other one and exceed 4 copies. So, because the other Yuki has a completely different effect. It's like it's a bomb. Is it a clock? I think it's a clock bomb. I haven't played in forever. I haven't played that Yuki in forever, so I just don't remember. So that's just something to take into account with running into each of these. If it's something that's like the same card, it doesn't really matter. So even Mito has like some level 1 cards. It looks like you could probably make an entire progressive deck as well on top of the anniversary thing. So that would be kind of cool. Okay, so this doesn't share a name. I just saw the Yuna, and that's what it made me think of. I did see this earlier. I thought this was really cool. This is a Yuki that you can pay 1 and send this to memory to grab Zekken Yuki, the 3-2 Asuna from Ordinal Scale, the 3-2 Asuna from Alicization, or the new 3-2 Asuna Kirito, or the new double rare level 1 Yuki. It can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could add one of like 5 cards from your waiting room to your hand. I actually really like this. It works with so many different cards. It is very specific which ones you can grab, sure. But it's so broad, you have a lot of freedom when it comes to this. It's not like you can only grab an anniversary or something of that nature. That's pretty cool. So I'm glad to have more Yuki. Honestly, she was one of my favorite characters in SAO. She was real cool. Hello there, ma'am. How are you today? I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I remember her now from Alicization. I did not recognize her at first. I was like, wait a minute. We have Cardinal. Glad to see Cardinal again. This is the other. Leaf is Pure Wish. I think this might be similar. Okay, no, it's not, because this is if you have 2 or more of the new double rare. I was supposed to say triple rare. Double rare Leafa, which we showcased in your waiting room. This gets minus a level in hand. Original Leaf is Pure Wish doesn't have this. It's still a 3. It's still a level 3. I think that Leafa Pure Wish did have an early play. I haven't seen it in forever. I'll have to look it up in a minute. Okay, so once again, like I said, they're reusing the arts. They're making it's new cards, but once again, you can't run 4 of the, like if you wanted to make an all Leafa deck, you know, for whatever reason she's your waifu, you can't run 4 of this and then 4 of the original Pure Wish as well. You have to do, you could run 2 and 2. You have to run a 4-card combination. That's basically what you have to end up doing. So, yeah, Sukuha, more Mito. Like I said, this is more, if this is in memory, this card's name is also treated as together with a memory Asuna and Yuki. So his name counts as another one. Okay, cool. The rest of the effect works with like anniversary stuff. Okay. I'm glad they printed as many progressive trait cards as well as they did. We're already a little over halfway through the set. Also, mates. Cute. All of your other copies of this gain 3k power. So just tri-field this and give them all like, they're all like 13k. So, like I said, new Mother's Rosario. So even if you could even run this with the other ones, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, because it's Mother's Rosario, you can't run more than 4 copies. So, don't know what the name is. It just says Bar Climax. It doesn't even say what the name is. Come on, let me know what the freaking name is. Okay, this is obviously Happy Christmas. Be nice to know the name. Maybe the names are spoilers. I don't know. So, all right. So now we're into the red. We get the dove. There's only one double rare. There's only one red double rare. Okay, it's this Silico. I might showcase a couple more. Once like this art is also bar. I think this is like on a level 3. Okay, yeah, it's a 3/2 Silica. So this 3/2 Silica double rare is a 3/2 10k. When placed on stage from hand, you can look at X cards equal to the number of your opponent's characters, add 1 card amongst them, add it to your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. When this attacks, if the door climax is in your climax area, you can discard 2 cards. If you have 4 or more other anniversary characters, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent, and then choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's waiting room. Your opponent shuffles them into their deck. So attempt to burn, and then you still decompress even afterwards. So that's actually pretty cool. And you do have to have the anniversary trait, but that's whatever. Still kind of cool effect regardless. So this is level 3 that has this. This lets you add the new level 3. Okay. Liz, this is definitely a reprint. This was, what was this on? I know the art. It was okay. It was a 1/0. Oh, so it was okay. The exact same thing, but once again, this works off of anniversary. When this is placed on stage from hand, gains power. Okay. When this attacks, if you have the door, choose one of your characters until end of your opponent's next turn. This gets when this front it becomes Aaron. Okay. It can bounce back to hand, but you gain no other advantage off of it. That's kind of sad. Like at least like say with the Aaron, the level 1 Aaron, you salvage back a character. Let's see, choose one of your characters. You can give it to anyone. That's kind of cool. But yeah, hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, when this is frontal attacked. When this is front attacks. Like, okay, come on, Tea Time. I know y'all can do better than that. We got a 3/2 Liz. We're not going to stay on that long before I get on a watch list. Hey, Death Gun. I know we had Death Gun in the other one as well, so that's kind of cool to see him there. Administrator. Oh, we actually have Administrator in this. Okay. And this doesn't have anything to do with Anniversary, so you could put it in a Administrator Quinella deck from, from Alicization if you wanted. This doesn't work on any... Did the Death Gun... Okay, the Death Gun does work off of Anniversary, so that's kind of sad. That's whatever. Once again, get off the watch list, Cade. Hey, cool. They remade that. I can't remember if that was I think that was a salvage originally, so that's cool that they brought that back. That's probably the same name, because that's the same art as one of the Liz cards. All right, so then to the blue, we have a 0/0 Yui. It's a 1500. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard an anniversary character, and if you do, draw 1 card. When this is placed on stage from your hand or sent from stage to waiting room, you can pay 1 and discard 1. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 anniversary character, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. This has actually got a lot of good cards. Or good effects. I'm hoping this isn't like a translation error or anything. So for 1, you can on play, pitch an anniversary, draw a card. Then you can it says when it's placed on stage from hand or sent to the stage from waiting room. So you have 2 on play effects. So on play, pay 1, pitch 1, search for an anniversary. On death, pay 1, pitch 1, search for an anniversary. I'm assuming that is correct. Like, that's actually really strong. Like, that's really cool. I do like that. Oh, cool. We get some Xenon. Let's see. 1-0 Xenon, 4K during your turn if the experience is 2 or higher, gains 2K. When this attacks, you can send one of your other anniversary characters to the waiting room, reveal the top card of your deck if it's an anniversary, add it to hand. So, kind of interesting. Like, if there's like a reverser or something, you could swing with that reverser first. Let it just, suicide into something. Then you can attack with this, since if your other character is already reversed, just go ahead and sack it for this effect to grab another anniversary. That's cool. Sorry, the arm of my chair keeps sliding. That's why you hear the little pop sound, so apologies. Then choose a character. Discard 1 card, send this to the bottom of your deck for an act effect to salvage a character. Interesting. 3-2 Kirito, double rare. Heal 1 on play. When this attacks, if you have the pants in your climax area and another anniversary character, and 1 or more Alicization in memory, which is probably going to be an event. Mill 1, deal X damage to your opponent. X is equal to the cost of the card milled plus 1. The cost of the card, that's even more interesting. So if you mill a level 3, it will be 2 plus 1. So 3 damage if you mill a level 3 off of that. Okay. It'd be funny if you hit a really high cost card or something with that shit. It'd be hilarious. It is on attack too. So but once again, it's on attack. You have to have the pants. Have to have another anniversary. That's not even that much of an issue. You do have to have this Alicization event. I'm assuming is the climax is the same name as the book climax in the first Alicization set, not the Trial Deck Yu-Gi-Oh one. That's going to be 99 and 97 anyway, so let's just scroll down and check those out as well. It's whatever. Oh, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, it gives bonus to that Kirito. That's cool. Let's see. That's all the double rares, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and start scrolling down. Hey, I have that wall scroll. That's really cool. I want to read this real quick. When the pants is in your climax area and all your characters' anniversary, choose one of the following 2 effects. Either this turn, this gains the ability you can twin drive, or choose one of your opponent's characters. Choose one of your opponent's level 1 or higher characters. Your opponent chooses a level X or lower character in the waiting room and swaps the 2 characters. Okay, it makes it so your opponent has to swap characters on field. It's kind of whatever. 3-2 Shino. Interesting. It just twin drives naturally. You don't even have to pay for it. Okay. Kind of cool. This art's reused. Is the same as the 3-2 Kirito. Okay. Yo, Tiffany. Klein. I like how a lot of these have SR versions. Okay. I wonder if it's an extra. No, it's not gonna be extra booster because it's got more than 100 cards. I don't know. Okay, the Alicization event is a 1/1. Search your deck for an anniversary character, show it to your opponent, and send this to memory. That's actually really strong. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Then this is the pants that it said shares the same name. And then this is just straight up. That's art from a level 2 Xenon. I know that because I've been working on a Xenon deck. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then we have some promos as well. When your other 2/1 Kirito attacks. This one? Okay, because it said 104, so it's this. There's quite a bit of tournament promo. When you use this card's backup this turn, all of your characters with Asuna get weapon trait. And it's a 3k backup. Oh, reveal this from your hand and place it on bottom of your deck. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. 3k backup. Memory kick. Reprint of the money counters, but they all have a different name, so you can... Okay. Another bar Mother's Rosario climax, and that's the end of it. Okay. So even a lot of the promos are going to be interesting, where it's the money counter thing. Like I said, like the shield thing I was talking about before. Oh, it says they have different names, so they might have different colors, which is why that first double rare we saw in yellow had that effect, where you can play events without color, without having to worry about color. Maybe that's why. Maybe I had to look at it. Obviously, they didn't post all of the cards and everything in here. Reprint of an Alice with Integrity Nitrate. Reprint of a Kirito Asuna coin flip. Okay, so it's whatever. I can't showcase them if they don't have anything, so it's whatever. If your opponent has level 3 or higher, this gets a minus level in hand. Pretty cool. Okay. Like I said, once again, like this is half a anniversary set, half a progressive set. I guess they just decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Tiffany. Sorry, it's had to showcase Tiffany again because reasons. And we're going to try to quickly get past the jailbait art. I mean, except for that, just anyway. So instead of doing 2 sets for both anniversary and progressive, they just kind of mixed both of them. I'm glad there's more. Looks like there's more than enough cards you can make a progressive deck based off of that, because you do have the Mito combo. Well, you have a level 1 and a level 3 Mito combo that works with the new Asunas, the Kiritos, stuff like that. So it doesn't look like, with the progressive trait, it doesn't look like they're locked with progressive. Let me go back to this. Okay, so even this Mito, this is only a rare, but I just want to, just for sake of argument here. When this attacks, if you have the bar, and you have experience of 2, discard a card, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 3 anniversary or progressive characters. The thing is, everything in here has anniversary traits, so it's not going to matter. Or the new yellow event from amongst them, which is number 20, add them to hand. That's actually really cool. If you get the experience off really quick, you can easily net a lot of value off of this, because you can even grab the event. What was the event? It said number 20 is this one. Oh, okay, this is interesting. This card can be played without meeting color requirements, just straight up. Okay. 1/1, choose an anniversary or progressive in your waiting room, add it to hand. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's if it's level 0 or lower character, send it to stock. So it can pay for itself, but it has to be a level 0 or lower character, so that's whatever. But basically a salvage that doesn't have to meet color requirement in general. So, that's kind of weird. I mean, if you're running the Mito and Asuna progressive thing anyway, you're going to have yellow. But you also specifically have a level 0 that's like, oh, your events don't need color requirement, but you're making an event that can be played without meeting color requirement. It's whatever. Oh, also, like I said, this has the art like a SP signature thing. I wonder if all the new events have that as well. I wasn't paying attention to that, like, at all. I was not paying attention to that. Just scroll down to green and see if there was anything for that. Because I don't want to. I don't real. If I could sneak past red real quick. Let's see. Was there any events over here that's not? Well, okay. There was the other event in this. I'm just kind of jumping around here real quick just to see. Oh, okay. So it doesn't have the art up here, but this is supposed to be a secret rare for this event, the searching one. But this one doesn't have the stipulation of doesn't have to meet color requirements, so that's whatever. Okay. But it looks like there are like triple rare arts, and a secret rare is off of this event. That's gonna be cool. Okay, so it's a very interesting set. Like I said, they just kind of seem to want to make a progressive set, but also have it be the anniversary thing. It doesn't seem to be too much confliction in my mind. Like, even these ones like Austin's Commanding Straight, it's not like you're going to be really worried about running that 3-2 Austin anytime soon. It's just such an old card. So it's not like you really have to worry about running it at all. None of the one, like, from what I saw, none of the cards that have, like, the same name thing, stipulation or whatever, it doesn't seem to be something that's going to cause a lot of issues, because those cards are just not run anymore from what I've seen with SAO decks. I mean, you can, they're just so freaking old it doesn't matter at this point. Or they got reprints in like re-edit or whatever, so it doesn't matter. Regardless, obviously if you want to build a progressive deck, you're going to have to stick solely to this set, which in the long run, that is going to make it so, hey, maybe more product sells for Bushiroad. And if that's what they're trying to do, then, you know, that's their prerogative. They as a business are going to do that. I don't hate this set. I like that there's a bunch of cards in here that you can use without worrying about the anniversary trait. And I may still like skim through and see if there's anything else that really catches my eye or anything. But when you go down a little bit further, you do have ones that say you have to have 4 or more anniversary or whatever. There's a handful that don't worry about that. And that's cool, and I do like that. I get, like, especially, like, say this one. I'm double checking. You don't have to have an anniversary for this one that combos off of Mother's Rosario. This is actually really cool. I like this. I really like this. The biggest issue I would have is that you have to pay the cost and then see if the damage gets canceled or not. If this damage gets canceled and then pay the cost, I would love it so much more. But it doesn't have to. You don't have to worry about anniversary trait with this. So I'll take what I can get, right? Even this Argo, climax combo with the choice trigger. When it attacks, you can pitch 2 and deal 3 damage. Even the other thing and this also has a Musashi effect. During the turn this is placed on stage from hand, when damage is canceled, mill 1, burn. Hell, this is a good rare. Even like as both a climax combo and the cancel burn, you can burn 3, do its damage off of a choice, which is another, so 3/3, and then a potential for. Oh, that's another thing. That's an interesting thing with this too. When this card's damage is canceled, so it has 2 opportunities for the cancel burn, off of the combo effect and off of its regular damage. Which should be burn 3, see if it procs. Then deal 3, because choice is a 1k1, it'll be 3 soul. So, this is good. This is pretty good. And this is off a progressive trait as well, but you don't have, it doesn't matter. It still has avatar, so you can still run it in any of the other stuff. So that is kind of neat right there. This Alice Brainstormer thingy doesn't worry about anniversary. But it specifically summons an Alice that is a number 6 right here. Okay, and this worries about, okay, that worries about anniversary. So this doesn't. Oh, this does. If you have another anniversary character, this gets 2k. Hell, that gets big. So there's certain cards that do worry about it and certain cards that don't. And so you there's a little bit of everything for people here if they want to focus on the anniversary stuff, if they want to make a progressive deck. You can do that fairly easily. So that's really cool. I like this. I will say, I like this a bit better than the other anniversary set. Because I did go through that entire thing. Like I said, I made a video for it and everything. And it wasn't bad. I still found a handful of cards that I thought were actually really good. There was a green level 3 that I was like, oh shit, this is actually a good climax combo right here. You can run this without worrying about the anniversary trait. So, drinking game. Count how many times I've said the word anniversary in this video and drink that many times. See if you die. Anyway, overall, I don't mind it. I'm interested to see prices for several cards, especially like say these first two. I'm very curious to see prices for a bunch of the cards when they come out. I don't keep up with JP but so much, so I don't know if like any anniversary or progressive decks are rampant or being played a whole bunch in JP land, but I may look into it a little bit just to see. As of right now, I'm about 50-50. I'm kind of impressed by some of the effects and whatnot, and then others I'm like, you have... The reason my issue with the anniversary is so prevalent is because you have to stick to this set. All the other stuff in all of the different sets that SAO has they don't have that. This is the only set with that trait. So it's like when they introduced Alicization and they had the Fluct Light Integrity Knight traits as opposed to Avatar Net, which is like, I understand trying to change it up a little bit. I understand wanting to make certain that like, oh, we want product to sell type thing. But it's just annoying. It's just annoying when I already have so much SAO as it is, and then it's like, oh, if you really want to stick to your guns, you gotta pick and choose. But then the ones that are generic, the ones that don't worry about the new trait, are going to be the ones with the biggest price tag. So, whatever. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't really have I don't know what to rate this. 6 out of 10. Sure. There we go. But yeah, I will be very curious to see how this looks when it comes out. And now I can actually post a video that, is actually relevant and actually means something. So, but with that, thank y'all for stopping by to check it out. Please like and subscribe. If not, it's cool. Just thank you for checking out the video. Yeah, I'm very much interested in seeing how this turns out. So with that, we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace.